And now we start every video, whether it's a pre-record or a live. We do love you, Leeds. Cheers, son. So this is just a pre-record. I'm absolutely shattered. Been putting loads of content out there, which, I get some really good feedback of. It's really good. So yeah, knackered. Don't fancy going live today. I'm live tomorrow night. I don't want to go live and not do it justice. So I was going to go live and do obviously this preview today and do the raffle for the boot that's signed by Mateo Joseph at 10 o'clock. But change of plan. I'm going to do it on this as a pre-record. Same stuff, I've got it sat ready in background, the raffle to bring up and do at the end of this. So yeah, Leeds v Cardiff. Let's get into it. So you know me, I'm very heavily dependent on the chat as well. So we'll see how we do in our chat to go back and forth. But yeah, Elland Road tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Cardiff travel to Elland Road, and I'm meeting Darren and Dillo and Sean from Wilco White. Really looking forward to seeing them in Peacock an hour before game. I think it's going to be a routine win. We'll get straight into that. I think it's, me, I normally tip 3-0. I think I'm going to go 4 in this one, albeit Cardiff's form is actually pretty good at the minute. I was stunned to know. I've took some notes. You'll all be proud of me. 7-game unbeaten run for Cardiff. Unreal. I don't pay attention, honestly, to hardly anybody, unless it's impacting Leeds United, which Cardiff, let's be fair, don't impact Leeds United. We beat them 2-0 at their place earlier on the season. I think they had a red card in that too. Sections of our fan base weren't happy with a 2-0 away win to Cardiff, which I think is crazy. It's always been a bogey place for us to go. At Elland Road, we know what kind of beast we are. Just a different animal at Elland Road. I fully expect us to extend our unbeaten run, which now is 11 games, which is absolutely class. 4 draws, 7 wins for us. Haven't lost in a long while now, and I feel like we're on that run now that we spoke about from last season. Can we go on a 13, 14, 15 game run? We've got 4 draws in there, which is more than we had last year. I think we went 13 wins and 1 draw last year, so it's not quite as good, but it's not saying we can't extend it beyond the 14, 15 games of last season, which I fully expect us to do. I don't see where his next defeat's coming from. I know we've got some tough games coming up. Sheffield United, Bramall Lane, Sunderland have got to come to Elland Road in the next 6 games, but I do feel, very comfortable where we are right now. The Burnley result, probably one of the most boringest second halves, especially I've probably ever seen, but did his job. Come out of there, if you can't win, make sure you don't get beat, and that'll be a valuable point. That could be the end of the season. I'm really happy with that point. On reflection, a couple of years later, when you sort of get over the result, the game, the state of the game, how boring Burnley were. Not someone I'd want to watch every week, that's for sure. Don't deserve to go to the Premier League in my eyes, but yeah, obviously coming back to this game, Elland Road, it's Cardiff come. I mean, the manager Omar Ritzer came mid-season, sacked the manager. He's had 2 really good runs. Like, I think he went 6 games when just after he came in, unbeaten, and then they went about 7 or 8 where they just couldn't buy a win. They were losing a couple of draws in there, and they've sort of hit a decent purple patch again now. Obviously, they beat Derby as well. I think they beat them 2-1 last time out, but their away form is really poor. Like, they've only won 1 game all season away from home. So when you look at it like that, they are on a good run, yeah. I just don't think Elland Road's a place to come when your away form's that poor, and you've only won 1 all season. I don't see how you can come to Elland Road, just, not even being biased or looking through Leeds tinted glasses. I don't understand how I don't know, people will say it's that Leedsy thing. Of course it can happen because we're Leeds. I just don't see it. I just don't see somebody being that poor away from home coming to Leeds and upsetting us. I just really don't. We've got too much to lose. I just don't see it. But like I say, the away form's very poor. The last away win was a month ago. I think it was 29th of December. They beat Watford away, which is, decent, to be fair. Can't knock them for that. But like I said, they haven't had another away win since that. And obviously before that, none either. A couple of draws away from home, then a lot of defeats. They're just not that good away from home. And to be fair, looking at the form table, or the away form table, I think they're 2 places higher in the away form table than they are at home. Hence why they're struggling down in 18th place. Real chance of getting relegated, a bit like they did. They've been down that end of the table for a while now, Cardiff. A couple of seasons now where 2 or 3 years now where they've been relegation fodder, really. Even when they had Ramsey injured, a massive crock on it, really. But they're just a club a club on the downward spiral for me. This 7-game unbeaten run, they're still 18th. It goes to show you how bad they were before they picked up these last few results. Like I say, 3 wins and 4 draws. That's definitely brought them up a few places in that table, 1,000,000%. But they're still in 18th. And for me, they're going to get a spanking on Saturday. I mean, the top scorer, Callum Robinson. Again, I was surprised at this. Obviously, Callum Robinson, I remember him more from being at West Brom. 11 goals. 11 goals there, top scorer in the 8 teams, more than our top scorer. The difference is, I think the next scorer after that's on 5, and then below that, you've got a couple on 2 and some on 1. Like where we've got, Pitto, I think, on 10, but then we've got Aronson on 7, James and Solomon all on 5 and 6. We've got a lot of people scoring goals at Leeds, but I definitely was surprised to see Callum Robinson had got 11 goals for Cardiff. Very shocking. So I assume he'll play. They play a 4-2-3-1 mostly. They did adopt a formation of 5-3-2. Or a 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it, away at Sheffield United in the FA Cup, I believe, when they won 1-0. A lot of changes at Sheffield United side, and there were a lot of changes at Cardiff side. Like Callum Robinson didn't start in that game either. But you look at that, and I'd be surprised if the match is up in a 4-2-3-1. I really would. I think they're going to go more defensive. I don't see how they can come and play football against us. In this 7-game run, they have scored a few goals, but they are very leaky at the back. I mean, overall, they've only scored 33 all season, conceded 44, so plenty of chances to get in behind these, I think. Whether they play defensive or not, I think the quality will prevail, and I think an early goal against these sides is crucial, stating the obvious. It really is, if they come and play defensive, that quality, that intensity has got to be there. And we have got the quality of match. If that's on there from the off, we need to score in the opening 10-15 minutes. These teams, they come, they soak it up. They're quite happy being 1-0 down as well, taking you deep into the second half, because they're always going to get a chance. We saw that against Blackburn, but they're obviously a better side than what Cardiff are. But I think if Leeds do Leeds, there's no drama in this one. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with our side. I mean, Pascal Struijk has been training now since Tuesday. So he's back in full team training after that big scare we had, a week or so ago. Is it going to be Ampadu who gets pushed back into midfield? Is there going to be some rotation here? I aren't too sure. I think Firpo's chomping a bit. Struijk obviously come back. Mateo Joseph, is he pushing now with Pitto? Did that conversation come back again? I personally don't think so. I think Pitto plays this game. I think Pitto gets a couple, if I'm honest. This is the kind of game where whether you are Joseph or Pitto, you're chomping a bit for this game, because I do think, whether they play defensive or not, I do think this is a game I look at. I do it quite often. I know I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to home games. It's 3-0, 4-0, but it tends to happen. It tends to happen, and that's no disrespect to a side that's, they're full of confidence. 7 games unbeaten. You can't knock them for that. It's just, like I said earlier, we're just a different animal. But the lineup, it's going to be really interesting to see. Like I say, I expect Raffle to come back. I won't lie. I think Raffle comes back in for Gruev. I do think he might play Firpo left back. I think Firpo might start. I love Byron, but I think he's played a lot of games recently. It's got to be a little bit in some areas. I would say he's definitely pushing to start as Firpo, even though he didn't come on in that Burnley game. But I sort of understand that. I want to keep him fresh for this game. The Burnley one, he didn't want to push it in case he got exposed at the back and they got in and scored. So I sort of understand it, but. Yeah, I'd like to see a couple of changes. I would like to see Firpo come in for this one. I would like to see Rothwell come in for this one. I'd like to see maybe Struijk not come straight back in yet. Maybe not come. If we're 3 or 4 up and you can maybe bring him on and push Ampadu into midfield late on. I know you don't tend to sub your centre-halves on to the pitch, but I wouldn't mind that. Give him Pascal 20 minutes if he can as a sub if we're comfortable in game. But I'd like to knack it a play in midfield with Rothwell, so I wouldn't take Ampadu out of defence just yet. I don't think we're going to be too much. I don't think we're going to need Struijk in this game. If I'm honest, I think it's going to be fairly straightforward routine. May I add? So I don't think it's worth pushing it. He's in team training, great. He hasn't been out long. Don't get me wrong. 3 games? But there's just no point in this game. Keep him fresh. We've got to play again on Wednesday, so you've only got like a 4 game. Is it Tuesday? Might even be Tuesday. I've only got a 3 or 4 day swing again, and you're playing again. Then you've got the FA Cup the weekend. The games just come thick and fast in this league, as we know. So I think you don't push it. So yeah, I sort of think routine. I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4-0 Leeds in this. And I think Pitto gets a couple. I think Solomon and James get the other 2. It's sort of usual suspects, really. Your wingers, and if anyone's going to score, usually Pitto does as well. So yeah, I think routine 4-0 win for Leeds. I think that's fair enough to say. I don't think I'm wild saying that. I think most people will probably agree on that one. Yeah, and then just to sort of look at I just want to touch on the transfer rumours that have sort of come out today. We've been waiting all January for someone to prevail. I sort of knew we'd get a lot more noise these last few days. I know nothing's happened yet. It's just all hearsay. I do believe the Cameron Archer stuff has come from good sources. I do believe that's legit. I do believe we're interested in him. I believe we put a bid in for him, and they rejected. But by all accounts, he's pushing the move, which I was surprised to hear, if I'm honest, based on the fact that game time. I'd expect Cameron Archer, if he comes to Leeds, to be wanting to play game after game after game. Is he going to guarantee that? Farker will not. Is he good enough to play in the 10 or the 9 for Leeds United? 1,000,000%. He could definitely replace Pirro after a few weeks. 100%. He's playing football. I was surprised to see how many minutes he's playing, Cameron Archer. I think he's averaged 52 minutes a game over the season. 21 games, 10 starts, couple of goals, not major. But we know in this division, if he drops down, we saw it like at Middlesbrough. Joined Middlesbrough in January. 17 G&A, I think it was 11 goals, 6 assists from January onwards. Ridiculous. I think we'll go up anyway. That's where the gap comes. That's where the gap comes. He comes, we create the gap. For me, he could be the difference maker. So it's massive. We get him, and I'll be honest with you. If we get him, I watched Joe Wayman's video earlier, and just Joe, and I agree. We get him in, I'd be happy with nobody else. If I'm honest, he could play 2 roles. He can even play out wide, which I don't think is needed. But I think you get Cameron Archer in. I'd gamble on defence. I would. When you're getting someone in of Archer's quality, it definitely pleased me. It definitely shut me up. I ain't going to moan if that's the only business we do. I do think we get 2 in. But yeah, I think it'd be a fantastic signing. And just to touch on Matt Targett, I don't know what's going on there. We've been seeing a couple of reports today that he were coming, he were close. He were in final stages of I think £3.5 million pound move. He don't get much game time now at Newcastle. He's hardly played any games last couple of years. But when he joined Newcastle, he was a massive reason in the upturn of the form. He was absolutely class. Really good player at Prem level as well. Does that rustiness and lack of match sharpness affects him coming to Leeds and hitting ground running potentially. I think it happens if Firpo was to leave in January. I just find it wild to think Firpo's going to leave now. I think you're probably on verge of. Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Wow. Pardon me. You're on verge of winning leagues. So for me, Firpo, why would anybody leave? When you're on verge of, especially Firpo when he's playing games. You're leaving in summer. You put them plans in place, don't you? Whoever he could join now, whether it's Betis, which we've heard multiple times, you get that sorted in pipeline. You leave in summer. You're going to win championship for me. Stay at Leeds this season. So I don't see that as a fit right now. Would I have him in Prem? Yeah, potentially. I really like Matt Targett. I think he's a really solid player. A lot of people disagree and say at this level now, yes, in the Prem you want better, which I sort of understand as well. I can't really argue with that either, but I think he's a solid player if fit. But if I'm honest, I don't think that's happening because I don't see us losing a left back in January. I don't see Firpo going. We've already got Byram, already got Vober, already got Schmidt, whatever Schmidt's role is, I don't know. But yeah, I don't see Firpo going, so I don't see Targett coming in. Simple as that. I think the false reports. But like I say, the Cameron Archer one, 100% I can see that happening. I can see that gathering pace. And I've said multiple times with Sheffield United bringing in Tom Cannon and Ben Brayton Diaz, worrying. I know they lost 3-0 at Hull. We didn't foresee that happening, obviously, but decent players at this level. I think Cameron Archer wipes the floor with both of them. I really do. I think he's strong, he's quick, he's athletic, he's got a really good shot on him. He can find a pass. Like I say, 11 goals, 6 assists at Middlesbrough. Not just the goals, it's the assists as well. Great player, can play anywhere across that front 4 for me and do a job. Really good at 9, decent at the 10. Be a brilliant addition to Leeds. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, like I say, I think Archer could happen, and I think Leeds win 4-0 against Cardiff, and I cannot wait for it as usual. And I'm actually sitting in Cop. I've sort of sorted tickets out with Darren, and we've ended up where he's in West Stand. His missus Amy Dillo, and I think the cousin as well is going. So there's 4 of them coming over from Ireland, and I've ended up in Cop. Fancied a bit of a change down at corner flag. I think where the warm up the players. So quite, you'll see on my vlog, it'll be a different view, bit of a different experience when we stood up, 18.5 stone stood up. I'll be sore when I get home, me and my old body, but I'm only joking. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be fair. And it'll either tell me, give me the reason why I like to be in top of East End, because at view and all that, and I won't enjoy where I am, or I'll be like, I've got to come in Cop more often for atmosphere, because obviously atmosphere is going to be way better in Cop than what it is in East Upper. So I'll have to see. But yeah, that's it really for that. Like I say, I'm absolutely knackered. It's been a busy week. Burley Banksy on yesterday, which was a great show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Night before that, I had Jerd on from The View. Brilliant. Unfortunately, we're talking about the Burnley game, but still brilliant. Go check that out if you haven't seen that. And tomorrow night, obviously, we're going to be on Late Night Leeds. Can't wait for that. Favourite show I'm doing at the minute. Got Sean from Wilco White's on there. Please go check Sean from Wilco White's out. Let's get him to 100 subs as soon as we can. Still in mid-70s, I think. It's a travesty, really. And then Adam, my good friend Adam, new friend Adam, really good insight, really good of his designs and stuff, all designs for Late Night Leeds, and great addition to YouTube scene. Really excited for that tomorrow night. So I just needed a bit of a break tonight, coming in and just do 15 minutes. But I knew I had to get the raffle out, and I'm, really thankful to everyone that entered the raffle. So it's on behalf of, as you can see here, O'Reilly's Autographs. Please go check him out on Instagram. Really, really decent guy. I've known him all my life. I know the O'Reilly's all my life. Really good family. And he goes after sort of autographs and he spends a lot of time doing it. Started out as a hobby. Now it's a little bit of a side hustle. But he kindly donated a boot signed by Matteo Joseph for this, as I hit 1,000 subscribers last week. So as you know, it's been going a week now. I think I've got about 14, 15 names down here. If you didn't DM me, you won't be on the list. I've seen some people repost on certain socials, but they haven't done as I sort of stated. So if I missed anyone, it's probably because he didn't actually DM me. Everybody that's actually DM me, and it's been obvious what you've done, you're on this list. Like I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, 14 on here. So I'm going to bring the screen up now and get it done. To the stage. So there you are. There's the names on there. Now I'm going to, let's see who wins them. Sean Healy. Sean Healy. Wow. Regular of the show. Good old Sean. That's going to cost me some money getting that to Ireland, isn't it, pal? Didn't think of that. But yeah, Sean Healy. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm thrilled for you, mate. It's nice for you to get something back, to be fair there, mate. It's quite funny. You give me my a super chat yesterday. That'll pay for packaging. That's funny. Anyways, yeah, thank you. Like I say, everyone that entered there, thanks so much. I'm always going to try and do giveaways on here. I'm always going to try and give back to my subscribers. So yeah, don't be too downhearted. It's not like I get hundreds and hundreds of people entering these. Like I say, I've hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I've only had 14 people enter this, so there's always going to be chances to win stuff on this channel. I'm always going to get stuff donated by O'Reilly's Autographs as well for having him as a sponsor. So yeah, just keep watching out for, keep watching the content, keep logged into my stuff, and there'll always be ways, whether it's subscriber shows or little gifts and prizes along the way, because ultimately it's fun, and I'm all about giving. And yeah, so this was brilliant. I'm really happy Sean won. Next time it might be you. So yeah, just take care. Big 3 points coming on Saturday. Cannot wait. And please tune in on Friday night at 10 o'clock for Late Night Leeds with me, Sean, and Adam. It's going to be a great show. We've got a bit of a fantasy football prediction league table there as well for you to sort of get involved in. There's a prize at the end of the season, whoever's top of that league. Come over, check it out, get involved. 10 o'clock tomorrow, when imagine not being Leeds. So yeah, take care. See you all soon.